What's up, y'all? This is gonna be an all signs collective reading for the full moon in Pisces, which is also a partial lunar eclipse happening. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't for who it's meant for. But yeah, this is a collective reading. It don't matter what your sign is. So I feel like there's gonna be messages here that will resonate with anyone. The wheel in reverse is our guiding energy for the reading. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit. So with the wheel in reverse as the leading guiding energy, it feels like there's a lot going on in the energetic spiritual realms that have not yet taken root in the physical realm, but we're able to sense it to some degree energetically, so that may be causing some sort of like anticipatory kind of restlessness or eagerness that's kind of stirring up in you, and it could result in a little bit of like confusion or impatience, because you're like, I can feel something moving, I can feel something approaching and happening, but I can't see it. So it's like, where's the proof? And that's uncomfortable for the human brain. With the Hermit as the underlying energy underneath that, because also with this, with the wheel being in reverse, it's like, I feel like a lot of people are having trouble trusting the process at this time. Like, I'm getting like that for the collective that is viewing this video, it's like the fact that you're here, you're tapped into your senses to some extent, you trust your intuition and your spiritual compass to some extent. And I feel like in the past there's been eras where you're really good at surrendering to the discomfort and trusting the process and being able to see things from like the bird's eye view of like, I'm here in this lifetime to evolve. It's not always going to be comfortable. I'm not going to know what's coming, like, and you're able to find a certain peace with that. And it feels especially difficult to surrender to that trust in this present energy. I'm definitely gonna go deeper into that and see like why. But with the Hermit, it's like reinforcing how powerful and intentional it is that the energies right now are forcing you into a space of perhaps spiritual solitude. That doesn't necessarily have to mean you're like completely isolating physically and not like out with people at all, or like out, you know, living your life. But it's like, to a certain extent, you're really you're like honing your personal energy, you're really being present with it, and kind of, it's definitely an inward draw as opposed to like a lot of outward exertion at this time. And it feels like, because with the Hermit, this individual is following their lantern, which is the Star card. And it's like there's a very specific wish or dream or goal that you have in place right now. And I feel like you have a lot of precision in that. And it's funny that I said the star, like the Hermit in the tarot is following the Star card, and then I just saw a Star card on the bottom of the deck. So this is just like reaffirming this message that I'm getting right now of like, I'm gonna position it so that he's following her. There's a very specific wish, dream, goal that you have in place, and there's a really divine, like, I'm gonna shut my window real quick because there's construction going on and it's like type annoying. But I feel like you've had this wish or goal, dream for quite some time. And the way the energy is, where it's like you feel energies moving, but you're not really seeing physical results just yet, and you're kind of like having especially difficult trouble trusting the process at this specific moment, and you're wondering why. And I feel like this is a message of re-solidifying, like, you have this passion, this desire for divine reason, and you wouldn't have that desire, goal, wish if it weren't available to you in your future. And this is life. Like, it's so powerful to have a dream that you are working towards, and of course we want it now, but like, that is our compass, that is our drive, our motivator. And like, you know, as human nature, once you achieve that wish or that goal or that dream, it kind of like, it's kind of like killing the main character of the story. Like, it's like, then what are we watching for? Or like, then what are we moving towards? Then you have to find a new one. And just kind of like being at peace with the fact that like, the dream itself is motivating this journey, and it's really about the journey. Like, I know that's cliche to say, but like, it's true. And it feels like, I feel like someone is doubting at this time, like, am I being redirected to strive for something new? Like, is this wish or dream or goal not really fully achievable for me? Like, am I wasting my time and energy trying to pursue it? And the answer is no. Like, this is a real divine guidance, a real wish, something that lights you up. And just because you're having difficulty with it right now, like, this is part of the process, and it's just as important as the moment when you're gonna get it. You feel me? So let's go deeper and see what other messages are coming up around all this. We have the Hanged Man in reverse, which has been coming up in a lot of readings recently. Like, I've been seeing the Hanged Man OD in reverse. So it's really surrendering to this present moment, because there's very actively a perspective shift happening for you, and it's very essential into getting to the space where you're going to actually get to unlock this wish and reap the full fulfillment and highest good of this path. But like, what I'm getting off of it in the reverse is that it's actually going to be over sooner than you think, and kind of reminding yourself that miracles do happen, miracles do exist, and everything can change in an instant. It only takes one moment, it only takes one conversation, one person that you meet, one opportunity that comes into your life to change everything. So just like, I feel like it's so powerful to stay open to that mindset and possibility and frame of thinking to help your endurance through this time of uncomfortability and kind of suspension. And and yeah, I just feel like someone really needs to hear that this is a divine part of the process. You're not doing nothing wrong. There's nothing to force here. There's nothing to dwell over. It's an inward shift and evolution that's happening right now, and that's where your energy is asking to be invested into. Let's keep going. Queen of Wands in reverse. Knight of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. And King of Pentacles. We got 2 Wands, 2 Pentacles, and yeah, it feels like there's a lot of passion and creative energy backed behind this pursuit that you got, and it's very fueled by this inner light within you. And it feels like with the Queen of Wands in reverse, it's like you have this really powerful magnetic energy about you that's generally very accessible to you. Like, at different times of life, it just kind of like flows out of you, and I feel like you're a very charismatic person, or at least just a very like your energy is very attractive to people. It's something that can really be felt, and this is something that it's been highlighted throughout your life. And with it in the reverse, I feel like at this time maybe you're having a little bit of trouble accessing it at certain times where you wish you would or could or feel like you should. And I didn't even mean to say all that, but it's like, it's not that there's nothing wrong with you or there's something you need to do to like force it out of you, or you feel me, like don't get consumed in any type of like self-doubt around that. It feels like it's like there's a faucet and it's been intentionally, it's not even turned off. I feel like it's just like turned down to a really low water pressure is an image that I'm getting. And it's because if you're pouring so much, like our energy is mad, I heard contagious, and also it's just like it's sensitive, and it's so important like where and when we are sharing that capacity of energy, that breed of energy. And I feel like there's real like divine intentional reason why it's being turned down at this time, and kind of like I'm feeling like it's being delegated differently or in a very selective manner, and it's not like your personal control necessarily. It's like you go somewhere to an event or something and you're like, I should be doing this and saying this and talking to this person, blah, 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 and it's like it's not flowing, and you can't force it, and you shouldn't force it, and there's nothing wrong with you. It's intentional for some reason, for some energetic reason. Your energy is being preserved in that way and kind of gate kept, kind of like, yeah. But then it's followed by the Knight of Wands, which is just like a very sudden surge, or like I feel like there's this fast moving pursuit happening. It's like all of a sudden there's a moment, there's a situation, an opportunity that comes through where it's like I'm full of energy. I know exactly what to do with it. It's so clear. It's tunnel vision. It's like very good use of all that energy that was accumulated in those times where you were like, I wish I could be more extroverted right now or share my energy, but there was a reason why it was accumulating for a specific moment. And it's giving you kind of like, I'm thinking of like those video games where you shoot your power, you go into power mode, you feel me, and you just like blast off all at once. It's like that. But then it's interesting, following such like sudden burst of energy, there's the Seven of Pentacles, which is reminding us of this very grounded, like these things take years to build. These paths and aspects of life, it takes time, and there's a real reminder or kind of like reassertion of the groundedness it takes, and how important it is to build from pure intentions and from clear energy. Like this is something that's going to be this path that you're building in your life right now, whether it's like an aspect of your career or it's a version of yourself, or maybe it's a specific relationship. It's a lot of energies coming through, but these are all things that are going to be long lasting, and it's not something that you want to cheat code or shortcut or just get the quickest result. It's something that's then leading to this King of Pentacles, which is there's so much fulfillment to unlock through this path. There's so much abundance to get to, and it's a very like all-encompassing breed of abundance. It's not just financial abundance, although that is wrapped up in it. It's so much more than that. It's an energetic abundance that's like a long-lasting and durable feeling of success and fulfillment, and a true sense of self that is really tapped into through this pursuit, through this path. So it's like this is so worthwhile to be patient through and to take your time with, and to really like intentionally delegate your energy through and really feel moment by moment, second by second, like do I feel called to sharing energy with this space, with this person, with this opportunity? Like, there is such a divine compass that we all have access to, that is constantly speaking to us through the body, mind, spirit, all of it. And it just like, anyone has the ability to tap into this. And the more that you listen to it and really, like, it's like a muscle, the more that you exercise it and give it concentration, like, the more that you're able to really like interact and feel and sense and be guided from it. So especially with the full moon in Pisces, like, Pisces is a water sign, and it's all about being in connection with our intuition and like our spiritual senses, and like definitely pay attention to your dreams at this time, and all the modes that you have of. I also got a message that some of y'all are getting very specific connection, advice, communication through your dreams from your guides and your angels. So really, like, I would suggest even like journaling your dreams at this time, just really like putting some intentional awareness and, what's the word I'm looking for, merit or credit, or like, yeah, like really like taking what these messages and feelings and senses are to a new degree, like to a new level of importance to you. But yeah, so at this time, like, I feel like this breed of compass within us, our intuitive senses, our emotional gauges, and all these like forms of our spirit connecting with the body and the physical form, are very heightened at this time. So it's a really crucial time to really listen and tap into that. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, which to me is a card where it's like, it's all in the details, it's all in the fine print. It's like definitely a time to, like I said, be patient and like very nurturing through all the like, don't let nothing slip through the cracks. Don't let nothing like accumulate in a way where it's like, you know, those like those details of life that it's like subconsciously we're like, I know I should attend to that, or I know I shouldn't let that slide, but like I got this to focus on and that to focus on that's really in my face. So it's like I'm gonna tell myself I'm gonna get to it, but I kind of already know I'm gonna let it slide. It's like extra time, like it's extra imperative right now to not let that shit slide. Like I said, this is a dream, this is a path that you are building for a lifetime, like for a long, sustainable, durable journey. That is like the shit that you let slide right now when you're building that framework, it's gonna affect you way down the line in ways you can't even see and you can't even imagine. And it's so important. Like, you don't want the tower to fall once you're like almost to the finish line, you feel me? Like, you want to build it up strong and sturdy and with good intention and pure energy, because let me tell you, it's gonna be so worth it. It's so about the details right now. So take your time with every aspect of this. I know you don't have, like, given the initial energies, it's like you don't have a lot of proof at this time of how big the payoff is gonna be, and that's causing some like second guessing of like, should I be investing so much energy into this? Like, should I be putting all my eggs in one basket with this? Like, I don't know how it's gonna pay off type shit. But it's like, it is so worth it. It is so divinely led and guided, and you have this inspiration and this dream for a real reason, and it is so worth the energy that you're investing into it at this time. Let's go deeper. Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands to me is like, the seeds have been planted. He's really like watching this plant grow, and with all this, the wands energy around him, and look, we have the full moon up in the corner. It's definitely, to me, a card of like a message that is telling you to trust that the seeds have been planted here and they're gonna grow whether you're staring them in the face or not. But it's like there's a balance to find where it's like you're not staring at the pot of water waiting for it to boil, but you're keeping your eye on it and you're keeping it in that frame of awareness and allowing yourself to be present for like each, like I said, it's in the details. Whenever there's like a little adjustment to be made or a little edit or extra token of nurturement you can offer to it, like it's a constant, you are growing something, you are nurturing something to life, and you are present with it, and that is so called for. And at the same time allowing it space to breathe and grow, and not getting so like, there's a difference between being present and there to care and nurture what you're growing, but not being like a helicopter mom or being obsessive or being so concentrated and fixated on it that it's like it has no room to breathe. You feel me? So it's like there's a balance to be found there and to having your awareness. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords to me is a card of like imposter syndrome. So be aware, especially as this, whatever you're investing in is starting to really grow, which I feel like I said with the Hanged Man in reverse, I feel like things are going to happen sooner than you think based on what things look like on the surface right now. And especially with the Knight of Wands, it's like the first seed comes in real fast and type unexpected. And I feel like with that sudden burst of energy, you may fall prey to the opportunity to fall into imposter syndrome, like this feeling of like, do I really deserve what is coming to me? Like, am I really ready to handle this level of responsibility? Like, did I just take this on some type of like surface level type of thing? Or like, am I truly here to hold it and grow it? And I'm getting that like you are, and it wouldn't be dropping into you unless you were ready to receive it and work with it. It's not going to be easy. Nobody said it would be easy. That's not what life is about. It's about challenge and growth. And so really stepping up to the plate and getting yourself into that frame of like that sense of self that's confident and knows that nothing will come in that you aren't capable of handling and growing and receiving. You do deserve this. You have earned this, and it is your right. It is your birthright. It's not something that you even need to deserve. It's your life. It's your path. And we have Seven of Cups in reverse. Interesting. So Seven of Cups is like, it's in this space. Oh, I'm getting a specific message. It's like there's this space where it's like you're daydreaming. There's so many different potential paths available to you, and I feel like you have started to kind of enter into this in the recent past, or just like very recently. Like I said, with all of this it's like you can feel so much energy, but then you're like, where's the proof? Where's the results? It caused you to kind of second guess like how much energy you're devoting and investing into a single dream or wish or path. And then it kind of pulled you back into that space of like, let me see what else could be available to me. Like, where else could I spread out my energy? Like, so I'm not investing all my eggs into one basket. And this is kind of reframing you back into that space of like, no, you have a specific calling to channel your, like, to devote your energy into. And it's kind of bringing you out of this space of feeling type scattered or like splitting your energy into a lot of different paths. It's like you are clear. you are channeled and tunnel vision on this dream, and it's something you can trust and you can really devote yourself into. Beautiful. I'm gonna get a concluding oracle card from the Starseed Oracle deck. What is the concluding message for the collective? And I'm filming this video the day before the full moon. But just so you know, like, this energy is something that is going to be affecting us for a while. It's like, it's something that's type slow moving. It's not something that's just relevant to the day of the full moon. It's a lasting energy for sure, a lingering energy. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. That's so fitting for this reading and the Hermit card especially, and just really trusting that the answers are within you. You do have such a strong, you have multiple strong compasses within you. You have your emotions, you have your intuition, you have your guidance from your guides and things that are accessible through your intuitive senses. And all of this is, I mean, that's why I have this painting my mom did on the wall behind me. It's very representative of, it was kind of inspired by the Two of Swords card, but she has a blindfold on because it's like she is really learning to trust her inner senses and feel into those. And sometimes you have to somewhat block out or disconnect from the physical realm around you, because everything is not what it looks like. And if we're paying so close attention to what we're seeing physically and what things look like on the surface, it's difficult to completely like tune into your internal compass and your internal feminine senses, which the moon is feminine energy. And she has the moon behind her, and her third eye is lit up, which is, yeah, we're in this full moon energy. The full moon, the sun is masculine, the moon is feminine. Feminine is very about like inward, receiving, receptive energy. There's a lot of messages coming in right now. Our subtle senses, slowing down, resting. You know, it's not a space of action or physical. It's much more in the spiritual type of realm and all of this. So it's like definitely a time to tap inward and trust that these messages you are receiving are very valid to the present moment, and allowing yourself, I just feel like it's so difficult for humans, especially of this time, to allow the space for these intuitive senses to really communicate with us, because like so much of the world is hustle, 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 like it's so outward, and it calls for like stillness and space for us to even feel into these senses. So really make time and space for that if you can. All right, that's what I got for y'all. If these messages hit for you, please like, comment, subscribe. If you're interested in a personal reading, I'm offering these. There's information in the description down below. Namaste. The divine in me bows to divine in you.